good Friday morning. Let's get into this devotion today. I've been talking about the kingdom this week and a parable that Jesus shares in Matthew chapter 13. It says this: "The kingdom of heaven is like leaven, which a woman took and hid in 3 measures of meal, till it was all leavened." When I read this, again, Jesus talks a lot about through cultural and different things like that. And I know there's people that love to bake and there's people that love to cook, but there's a lot of people that, when you go get bread, you go to the store down the bread aisle and you get a loaf of bread. There are many people that are great at making fresh homemade bread, and you are my friend and I love you. But what this parable is sharing is that there is something inside of people that function out of the kingdom of heaven. Meaning that you don't get your resources, you don't get your things from external sources. You get everything that you need straight from the throne room of heaven, and the kingdom lives inside of you. But the thing about the kingdom that lives inside of you is it can't stay inside of you. It has to impact everything and everyone that you're around. So Jesus was saying that the kingdom is like this leaven, but when it is hidden inside of meal, that it stays long enough in order to impact the whole meal, and the whole meal and everything becomes leaven. Are you placed in a position to where you are changing the atmosphere, or you're changing the environment, or is the environment and the atmosphere changing you? God's desire is that the love of God, the passion of God, the impact that Jesus Christ has had on your life is impacted you in such a way that wherever He has placed you, second shift, third shift, at the grocery store, at the church that you attend, wherever God has placed you, are you transferring the very thing that Jesus transferred inside of you? Are you transferring it into those around you? God has placed you right where you're at. I know that it may seem like this is not what I chose, this is not the income, this is not the work environment, this is all these things that we didn't choose. But God chose you, and He's placed you where you're at right now in this season to make an impact. So don't let the environment and don't let the people that God has placed you inside change you. Determine today, I'm going to sit myself into this environment and I will not leave until what's inside of me is inside of them. God wants you to be dropped into places strategically so that the kingdom of heaven can come out of you and impact those around you, and in turn the kingdom gets inside of them. It is like yeast that spreads throughout the whole dough. I believe that God has placed you right where you're at to impact the environment that you're in. I hope you have a great Friday. I hope you have a great weekend. I would love to see you in person on Sunday morning at 10:30. And if you're not in the area or just don't feel comfortable, you can join us online on Facebook and YouTube at 10:30 as we worship the Lord together. It is all about Him. And I hope you have a great weekend. God bless you.